I just had a relatively major breakthrough. And here's why. I was watching Cyrus King, and it wasn't, you know, Cyrus King. It was like that little guy with, he's wearing his own little version of the demon retention jewelry. And he was talking about Dragon Ball Z. Of course, I never watched that show because I was more interested in other things. So I'm watching him break down Dragon Ball Z. And of course, ever since, up until now, I've always noticed how people always love that show, like Ziggy. But I never paid it no mind, no how. So the guy goes on to talk about Goku, and he says that Goku is an Omni Lord. Just so, for those that don't get it, Gootu is the real Omni Lord, and Goku is like the same thing, just with a K. Goku is the character, and this is amazing because it unlocks so many codes in me. Because there's so many things that add up now. Because Pendragon, well, first of all, in the cartoon you put all your 7 balls together and you get to make a wish. You put all 7 balls together, and then the dragon appears and you get to make a wish, right? So who's the dragon? White people are the dragon, more specifically Neanderthals. But okay, here's Pendragon's exact quote. I remember him typing this a long time ago. He said that the Jews granted him one wish, and he wished that he could get his family out. Pendragon, Marvin Sawyer, his only wish was that he could get his family out. And you have to remember that there's an element associated with each race. White people are the fire. Fire comes from the dragon. The dragon is a Neanderthal thing. The Neanderthals have... If you're going to go out and find a dragon, like someone with dragon DNA, it's a Neanderthal, like the Ultimate Warrior or Triple H or Lemmy from Motorhead. That's a dragon. That's someone with a lot of dragon DNA. They're not really, like, they probably were dragons like a long time ago. Like, my name is Jordan. It's an anagram for dragon or dragon. I am most likely a basilisk. Basilisk looks more like a dragon than it does a serpent, but it's kind of like a combination of the two, according to the art on the internet. So, as I was saying in the other video, when you go back to the 5th dimension on a long enough timeline, you will get absorbed by your Omni Lord. But this is something that you don't really want to have happen, because that Omni Lord will be the buffer between you and the source, because you can get absorbed by the source yourself if you just keep climbing higher and higher and higher. But see, even Cyrus King said they don't want you to know that you can reach the source of everything by yourself. You don't need the Omni Lord. And the Omni Lord will always be like, if you get absorbed by the Omni Lord, it will always act as a liaison to you. And you really don't want that to happen. So I was talking to Miss Chrisica, and she was like, well, Cyrus King has an agenda, so you can't trust him on everything he says. I'm noticing that Cyrus King is divulging a whole lot more than Pita ever did. And Pita just set everything up to trick me and use me as a food source. And I'm noticing that with Cyrus King, he's basically like helping me avoid all that. So, Fred, I hope you're watching, because I am not going to get absorbed by no Omni Lord. And I bought those Almorasite crystals, aka the Aurora Light crystals, and I'm going to activate my core. Which, if you ask me, I think activating your core is when you combine all your chakras except for the Anya and the crown. So I think from like the throat down, like you like fuse all them together. I think that's what the core activation is. And as soon as I say that, I'll probably be gone tomorrow, which is kind of funny. I'll be like right about to activate my core, and then I'll be in London tomorrow. Oh, and that girl, her name is like, her YouTube name is like Parker09. She said that in her video, she's like, she felt like a jolt in her chest. And yes, she felt a jolt in her chest. So remember, Dragon Ball Z, Goku is really Gootu. And you know what else? And I definitely know that the demons watching this will agree, is that I can't help but notice that like literally like everyone I come in contact with is like contributing to me. Like they all, like everyone lives their life for like me. Like for example, the Draco Slayer Returns guy, right? I remember when he first found my channel, he said that he made a video where he's like, Gotu, that sounds like Goku. And then that like planted a seed for me to find, you know, the Cyrus King's video on Dragon Ball Z, which really wasn't, like I said, it's not a Cyrus King, it's on his channel, but it's really like some other guy's video. And that other guy was wearing like the demon retention jewelry for the necklace. You know, what's interesting, what I wonder, say you have like Makalesi, right? So she, just like Cyrus King and the other guy I was just talking about, they're obviously walk-ins, right? So yeah, let's thug it up. So they're obviously walk-ins, right? So the question is, like, where did they get the body at? So if you ask me, I think that I think my theory on Makalesi is that she looks like she just was at a bar and did too much coke and that was it. But for the other guy, the guy that did the Dragon Ball Z explanation, I have a good, like, strong feeling that the body he was in was gay and killed itself because of being tormented by other people. So I think that's why when I look at the other guy, I'll show you who I'm talking about. When you look at this guy right here, see, that's a demon, right? He's got his entity retention necklace on. See, and I'm pretty sure that the body killed itself. because it was, you know, tormented by other people. So, for being gay. So, when you look at that, you know, kid there, it's very like easy. It's not, you don't really have to be a psychic to kind of figure out like how they got the body. Because remember, it's only one of two things. It's either suicide or drug overdose. When the demons possess the bodies, usually what happens is the person did a lot of cocaine, and that puts them in a drugged out stupor, where that's how the entity gets in. Now with Gilbert's son, it's very obvious that it was a cocaine deal, because, you know, he's a drug dealer, so he's always rapping about drugs and cocaine, and so it's obviously, you know, the body he was in. See, with Fred killed himself. Fred hung himself because Fred's demon father downloaded that body with suicide. You know, and the other thing is that if you have a crappy diet, say if I'm Fred, right? And my father's a demon and he's trying to get me killed. So I'm just like the average middle-aged, you know, black guy, eats a shitty diet. So all the father has to do is just put more demons on me and more demons on me and more demons on me until I commit suicide. Then an entity possesses my body, and then the entity will like fix itself, fix the body, fix the broken neck from the noose. So it's very easy to predict how these people got possessed. And to me, Makalesi looks like, I bet you she was like a prostitute that like did too much coke. That's my theory on her. So remember, Pendragon put all 7 chakras together, and he got to make a wish. His wish was that he could get his family out. Not his, like, you know, his immediate family, his Pendragon clan family. But I wouldn't, like, you know, I wouldn't rely on one Pendragon. Pendragon, you know what he seems like to me? He seems very, like, carny. He seems like a guy who's like a trickster, like a over-exaggerator, like a BS artist, manipulative, small hands. What is this crap on my hand? So, you watch out for that Pendragon. And you watch out for Omni Lords. You stay away from Omni Lords. Stay away from Pendragon. And take care. Groweth the hair.